Lesson 1. Rock erosion and weathering. Rocks gradually break down, they wear away, and this process is known as weathering. There are largely thought to be three types of weathering: physical, also known as mechanical, chemical, and biological. Okay, physical. Physical weathering is caused by any physical change, such as temperature, freezing and thawing, effects of wind, rain, or the sea hitting it. It's the mechanical breakdown, so friction, in essence. As water or air hits a rock, it starts to break very, very small bits off it, and as that happens time and time again, year after year, you get this weathering taking place, such as seen in the Grand Canyon, as it physically cuts through the centre of it. And in this picture here, we can see the waterfall coming out and this hole appearing, and that's as a result of physical weathering. A really interesting point is freeze-thaw. Again, another sort of mechanical or physical weathering, however, using the expansion of water. So as water gets in, so in the day it will rain, water will get into cracks within rock. As it cools down towards the evening, we see it start to freeze, and with freezing comes expansion. So as it freezes, the water is quite odd because it increases in size, or the density reduces as it freezes, and it opens up. So once the water's in there, opens it up, cracking it. Again, this is physical mechanical weathering. Right, chemical weathering. Chemical weathering is largely caused by us. Rainwater is slightly acidic, usually about pH 6, so just into the acidity side of it. However, in certain places in the world, we've managed to make it a lot more acidic, largely by this process here, combustion. When we burn fossil fuels, we release massive amounts of CO2, and when we burn coal, especially, we release sulfur dioxide. Carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide comes out from our fossil fuel power stations. What this does is go up into the atmosphere and bond with rainwater. This then goes from a pH of about 6, which rainwater naturally is, right down to 5, 4.5. This then falls on the rock, and certain rocks especially, such as limestone and chalk, are very susceptible, so they can be damaged easily by acidity. So high concentration of acid falls onto the rock, and they get effectively dissolved by the acid rain. And finally we come to biological weathering. Biological, in the nature of it, bio, is animals and plants. As animals walk over the rock, nest in the rock, they start to break it down, very small bits by small bits of dust coming off, but that has an impact over time. What's really interesting is plants' relationship with rock. You can see here, as a seed will land in it, quite often in this rock you get a build-up of what's called humic material, which basically is compost, so it's very fertile. And so a seed will land in here and germinate and start to grow, and because it's very fertile, it grows quite well. As it grows, the roots go down in search of water. As they go down and the tree grows, it starts to expand, and eventually you get these big cracks occurring. And this is a really vivid example here of a tree growing through the rocks. And again, the roots go down in search of water. As they expand, as the tree grows, it cracks.